China has quietly reshaped the silver market in ways many observers are only beginning to notice. This shift did not come through dramatic announcements or sudden policy declarations. Instead, it emerged through consistent patterns in trade behavior, industrial policy, and supply management. China plays a central role in the global silver ecosystem across mining, refining, and consumption. Any adjustment in China's approach, therefore, carries outsized influence over global market structure. Silver in China is not treated merely as a precious metal or speculative asset. It is viewed as a critical industrial input supporting technology, manufacturing, and energy systems. China's industrial base depends heavily on reliable access to silver for multiple strategic sectors. These sectors include electronics manufacturing, solar panel production, and advanced electrical components. When China adjusts how it manages silver flows, global supply chains feel the impact quickly. Recent developments suggest China is prioritizing domestic stability over unrestricted global availability. This prioritization does not require explicit export bans or headline-grabbing controls. It can be achieved through subtle regulatory guidance and procurement preferences. China's approach to strategic materials historically follows this incremental model. Rare earth elements provide a clear historical parallel for understanding this behavior. In rare earth markets, China reshaped global supply through gradual policy alignment. Those changes initially appeared insignificant to external observers. Over time, they fundamentally altered pricing power and supply security worldwide. Silver now appears to be following a similar trajectory. China is one of the world's largest consumers of silver for industrial applications. It also processes a significant share of global silver output through refining capacity. This dual role gives China influence that extends beyond mining statistics alone. Control over processing and downstream integration magnifies strategic leverage. Recent trade data indicates shifts in how silver is allocated within China's domestic economy. Industrial users are receiving priority access under longer-term supply arrangements. These arrangements reduce exposure to global price volatility and supply disruptions. At the same time, availability for external markets appears more constrained. This does not necessarily mean exports have stopped or been formally restricted. It means marginal supply is becoming less accessible. Marginal supply is what determines price behavior at the global level. When marginal supply tightens, markets adjust even if total output remains unchanged. China's internal demand for silver continues to grow alongside its industrial ambitions. The energy transition is a major driver of this demand expansion. Solar photovoltaic manufacturing alone requires substantial quantities of high-purity silver. China dominates global solar production capacity. As solar deployment scales, silver intensity becomes increasingly significant. Electronics and electric vehicle supply chains further compound demand pressure. These industries prioritize reliability of supply over price optimization. China's policy framework increasingly reflects this priority. Strategic materials are being integrated into national planning objectives. Silver's role within this framework is becoming more prominent. This evolution is visible in industrial procurement behavior rather than political rhetoric. Companies are securing longer contracts and reducing reliance on spot markets. Such behavior signals concern about future availability rather than current scarcity. Markets tend to respond to anticipated shortages before they become visible. China's actions therefore function as an early signal rather than a late reaction. This is why observers describe China's move as quiet rather than dramatic. There's no single moment when control changes hands. Instead, influence accumulates through repeated decisions aligned in one direction. China's influence over silver markets has grown through consistency rather than confrontation. This makes the shift harder to detect but more durable once established. External market participants often underestimate the impact of such gradual changes. They focus on short-term price movements instead of structural supply dynamics. However, silver's recent price behavior suggests underlying tension is building. Prices have remained elevated even during periods of broader market uncertainty. This resilience indicates strong underlying demand and constrained flexibility. China's role helps explain why downside pressure has been limited. When a dominant consumer absorbs supply internally, global availability tightens naturally. This process does not require manipulation or secrecy. It reflects rational allocation decisions within an integrated industrial system. China's industrial strategy emphasizes self-sufficiency and resilience. Silver fits neatly within this strategic objective. Reliance on external sources for critical inputs introduces vulnerability. Reducing that vulnerability becomes a priority as global conditions fragment. Trade tensions, sanctions, and supply disruptions reinforce this mindset. China's experience navigating these challenges has shaped its current approach. Silver is not being isolated from global markets entirely. Instead, access is becoming more conditional and less elastic. Conditional access changes bargaining dynamics for other market participants. Industrial buyers outside China face higher uncertainty when sourcing silver. This uncertainty translates into higher premiums and longer lead times. Such effects may appear gradually rather than suddenly. Market participants often misinterpret gradual tightening as normal fluctuation. Only later do they recognize the structural shift underway. China's influence over silver therefore extends beyond physical flows. It shapes expectations, risk management, and investment behavior globally. Institutional investors track these signals closely. They understand that control over strategic materials rarely announces itself loudly. It reveals itself through persistence and alignment across multiple indicators. China's behavior across silver supply chains shows such alignment. Mining investment, refining capacity, industrial consumption, and policy direction reinforce each other. This convergence strengthens China's position without provoking immediate backlash. For the United States and other economies, this presents a complex challenge. Direct intervention is difficult when changes occur within market mechanisms. There is no single policy lever that can reverse this trend quickly. Building alternative supply chains requires time, capital, and regulatory coordination. Silver mining and processing capacity cannot be expanded overnight. Environmental and permitting constraints further limit rapid response. This lag creates strategic asymmetry. China's early positioning provides advantages that are hard to offset quickly. The implication is not inevitability, but inertia. Once supply chains adjust around a dominant actor, reversal becomes costly. This is why China's quiet influence over silver matters now. It represents a phase transition rather than a single event. Markets are beginning to price this reality, even if narratives lag behind. Understanding this dynamic requires moving beyond surface-level headlines. It requires attention to behavior, not declarations. China's behavior suggests silver is being treated as increasingly strategic. When a material crosses that threshold, markets behave differently. Volatility may increase, but availability becomes the central concern. This sets the stage for the next phase of adjustment, one where silver's role in global systems is reassessed, and where China's influence becomes more visible over time. China's growing influence over silver supply begins to reshape global pricing behavior gradually. This influence does not manifest through sudden spikes or dramatic price explosions. Instead, it appears through sustained price resilience and reduced downside flexibility. Silver prices have shown an ability to hold elevated ranges despite broader market volatility. This behavior suggests that supply elasticity is becoming increasingly constrained. When supply becomes less elastic, prices respond differently to demand fluctuations. Downside pressure weakens, while upside sensitivity increases over time. China's role amplifies this effect through scale and coordination. Large-scale industrial demand absorbs available supply before it reaches open markets. This absorption reduces the amount of silver available for discretionary buyers. Discretionary buyers include investors, smaller manufacturers, and secondary users. As availability tightens, competition for remaining supply intensifies. This competition does not always result in immediate price increases. It often leads to longer delivery times and higher premiums. Premiums are an important but often overlooked indicator of market stress. Rising premiums signal scarcity even when headline prices appear stable. China's procurement behavior contributes directly to this dynamic. By securing long-term supply arrangements, China reduces spot market liquidity. Lower liquidity increases price sensitivity across futures and physical markets. Institutional participants are highly attentive to these liquidity signals. Banks, funds, and trading houses adjust exposure based on perceived flexibility. When flexibility declines, risk models shift toward higher baseline prices. This shift occurs quietly within institutional frameworks. It does not require public announcements or coordinated action. China's influence also affects how producers manage output. Mining companies respond to stable demand by prioritizing reliable buyers. Reliable buyers typically offer long-term contracts and predictable offtake. China fits this profile more effectively than fragmented global buyers. As producers align with stable demand, supply allocation becomes more concentrated. Concentration further limits availability for other market participants. This reinforces China's influence over global supply distribution. The pricing impact of this concentration unfolds over extended periods. Short-term price movements may appear modest or range-bound. However, underlying support strengthens as alternative supply options diminish. This environment favors long-term positioning rather than short-term trading. Institutional investors recognize this shift and adjust accordingly. Silver begins to be treated less as a cyclical trade. It becomes more closely associated with strategic asset allocation. This change in perception influences capital flows into the market. Flows driven by strategic considerations tend to be more persistent. Persistence stabilizes prices at higher levels. China's influence therefore operates through expectation management as well as physical control. Expectations shape behavior before fundamentals become visible. This is a critical aspect of commodity markets. The United States faces structural challenges in responding to this dynamic. Domestic silver production capacity is limited and geographically constrained. Expanding mining output requires lengthy permitting and environmental review processes. Processing and refining capacity also presents a bottleneck. Even when ore is available, refining infrastructure may be insufficient. China's advantage lies in its integrated supply chain. Mining, refining, and manufacturing operate within coordinated systems. This integration reduces friction and improves responsiveness to demand changes. The United States operates within a more fragmented framework. Fragmentation slows response times and increases costs. These differences affect competitiveness in strategic materials markets. Silver's importance to advanced manufacturing intensifies these challenges. Technologies critical to economic competitiveness rely on silver inputs. Solar energy, electronics, and defense-related systems are particularly sensitive. Supply constraints therefore carry broader economic implications. China's influence over silver intersects with these strategic considerations. It does not imply deliberate exclusion of other economies. It reflects prioritization of domestic industrial objectives. Such prioritization naturally reallocates global resources. Markets respond to reallocations by repricing risk. Risk repricing does not occur overnight. It unfolds through gradual acceptance of new conditions. China's influence accelerates this acceptance by demonstrating consistency. Consistency is a powerful signal in markets. When behavior aligns over time, confidence in the trend increases. Investors and institutions are more likely to commit capital. This commitment further tightens available supply. Feedback loops emerge between demand, pricing, and allocation. These loops reinforce existing dynamics rather than reversing them. China's role within these loops becomes increasingly central. This centrality raises questions about future market governance. Commodity markets rely on transparency and liquidity for stability. When large participants operate through long-term arrangements, transparency declines. Reduced transparency increases uncertainty for other participants. Uncertainty elevates risk premiums across the system. Higher risk premiums contribute to higher equilibrium prices. China's influence thus extends beyond physical silver. It affects how risk is priced throughout the market. This pricing adjustment influences investment decisions across sectors. Manufacturers may redesign products to reduce silver intensity. Such redesigns require time and capital investment. In the interim, demand remains relatively inelastic. Inelastic demand amplifies the impact of supply concentration. China's integrated approach reinforces inelasticity. This reinforces the structural nature of the shift. Structural shifts differ fundamentally from cyclical fluctuations. They persist across economic cycles and market conditions. Recognizing structural shifts early offers strategic advantages. Late recognition results in reactive decision-making. China's positioning suggests early recognition of silver's strategic value. Other economies are still adapting to this realization. Adaptation involves policy coordination, investment, and industrial planning. These processes unfold slowly in democratic and market-driven systems. The gap between recognition and response creates strategic lag. This lag benefits early movers in supply chain positioning. China's influence therefore compounds over time. It does not depend on dramatic events to assert itself. It grows through accumulation of advantages. Each advantage reinforces the next. This is how control emerges without overt confrontation. Markets gradually internalize this reality. Prices, contracts, and strategies adjust accordingly. Silver's role within global systems becomes more defined. It transitions from abundant resource to managed input. Managed inputs behave differently in markets. They command premiums and inspire strategic planning. China's actions suggest silver is entering this category. The implications extend beyond immediate price considerations. They influence long-term industrial competitiveness and resilience. Understanding this shift requires patience and attention to detail. It cannot be reduced to simple narratives or slogans. China's influence over silver reflects broader trends in global trade. Those trends prioritize security, resilience, and strategic autonomy. Silver sits squarely at the intersection of these priorities. This is why China's quiet actions carry lasting significance. They are shaping the next phase of the silver market, a phase defined by structure rather than speculation. If this analysis helped you understand what's actually changing in the silver market, consider liking the video. It supports independent, data-driven work and helps this reach people looking for clarity. If you want continued coverage on silver, commodities, and global supply chain shifts, subscribe to the channel. This channel focuses on structural trends, institutional behavior, and long-term market dynamics. Not speculation, not noise. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you see China's growing role in silver as a temporary adjustment or a lasting structural shift? I read the comments and used them to shape future analysis.